It is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPorr Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
Welcome to SJPorr Review, brought to you in part by, no, actually entirely by 26X74F77X. And this was one that has really interested me since I got it. This is called Kraniken, 4.1%. Description: a beer inspired by the Scottish dessert Kraniken. The beer is a Scottish 60 or light made with toasted oats. It has been aged in a whiskey barrel with raspberries, and a touch of lactose has been added to give a creamy note. Now that is crazy. Just quickly, I had to go to a website to try and figure out how to pronounce that, and I'm probably still screwing it up. So I found a website with an actual Scottish person who is pronouncing it. So listen.
Kraniken, 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 Kraniken.
That's crazy. Anyway, so it's dessert that is cream, raspberries, and whiskey, I guess, and that sounds awesome. So we're gonna bust into this thing. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a hiss on the cap opening. It is barrel aged, so ooh, yeah. This doesn't look like there's a whole lot of carbonation to it, but sometimes that happens. I'm guessing since they put whiskey barrel aged on it, or it says aged in a whiskey barrel. From that wording, I would guess that it's actually been in a whiskey barrel, not just, holy crap. It's raspberries just filled the air. All right, so let's check it out before I temptingly smell it. It is kind of a light reddish, or dark reddish, but you can see the light down there at the bottom. It's kind of rosy red. It's very it's very clear for a darker beer like this. I can see my finger through the glass. Very cool. Basically no carbonation to it. I'll swirl it around. There is like a tiny bit there's like this white ring around the glass, but very, very little carbonation. No real visible bubbles kind of coming up from the bottom. So let's smell. It's like it's raspberry. There's just a ton of raspberry on the nose. It's very like raspberry juice, raspberry juice. That's a good way to put it. It's got a very bright kind of very bright raspberry flavor, aroma, and I don't trying to get anything else, but yeah, the raspberries are very, very present, very overpowering of anything else. I don't really get any whiskey off of it. There's maybe the faintest trace in the smell of something a little oakier, a little sharper, but definitely mostly raspberry. very, very raspberry. Yeah, the flavor is very raspberry forward. It's slightly, it's not as acidic as I thought it was going to be, and that's something that's also in the flavor, or not. God, the aroma. Sorry, it's not that sharp acidic raspberry aroma, and it's not in the flavor either. It's more kind of raspberry juice, like maybe sweeter raspberry juice. Maybe that's an effect of the lactose sugar with the raspberries. Kind of struggling to come up with some whiskey flavor. Yeah. In fact, I can't really get... There's definitely raspberries up front. There's a sweetness to it that's... yeah, probably the lactose sugar. And then in the end, there's a little bit of kind of touch of carameliness to it. But I let this warm up quite a bit. But I am gonna let it warm up even more. And I'm gonna write some notes, and then I'll be back to finish off this review of. Hey guys, welcome back. My review of 26X, 74F, 77X, the Kranachan, or the... Oh, I turned the speakers down a little bit. Anyway, been drinking on it, and yeah, I've come to the conclusion that it's a really nice concept for a beer. In fact, just from reading the label, the concept is great. It sounds really cool. It sounds like something you want to drink. I think there is just some flaws in the execution here, and I'm just gonna go quickly into. I'm not gonna hammer on anything, but I definitely, if the beer had been carbonated, I think it's got some body issues. Even with that lactose sugar, it's very thin and very, very just, it needs something to kind of grab, bring that body up and just kind of grab you in the mouth a little bit more. The raspberries are very clear as day raspberry, both in the aroma and in the taste. And I can definitely tell there's lactose sugar in it. It does have that kind of sweet kind of aftertaste that lactose sugar gives you. Not a ton of body came from it, but at least a little bit. The one thing that it doesn't have is the whiskey, which I can tell that the beer was kind of brewed with the hope that there would be some kind of whiskey, because that it's totally screaming for a little more body and something to kind of balance that raspberry sweetness, the lactose and raspberry flavor, which would be great with some sharp oaky whiskey or some smoke or something like that. Yeah. And so overall, I think it's a really cool... Sorry about that. We had a battery failure. So yeah, overall, it's a really cool concept beer. It just needs some tweaks. I guess I think the raspberry flavor is really good. So it does taste very nicely of raspberries, and there's nothing wrong with that flavor. It just needs something to balance it out. And yeah, it's still fine, still drinkable. So yeah, you know what? Rebrew this. Definitely, I think it's a cool idea. Thank you 26X, 74F, 77X for sharing. And yeah, cheers guys.